wanted to share with you. I'm going to be getting married. After all this time, he finally proposed.
Oh, that's just wonderful, Rachel. I'm so happy for you. I hope that you two live long and happy lives together.
Of course. My boyfriend is the heir to a large fortune. Not only that, but he's actually doing really well for himself at his company. That's the type of person who's going to be my husband. A rich, handsome, successful businessman. I'm so excited I can barely contain myself.
Wow, that's amazing, Rachel. I'm really glad that you were able to find someone like that. But with that nice of a family, you're probably going to be having a fancy wedding. Looks like I'll have to keep hanging in there for a little while longer. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in a wedding dress.
Oh, you don't have to worry about any of that. I don't plan on inviting you to the wedding anyway, so you really don't have to worry about hanging in there. Honestly, if you just drop dead, that'd be great too.
I'm sorry. What?
So I have something important that I have to tell you along with the wedding announcement. I'm going to use this wedding as an opportunity to never see you again. From this point on, I'm planning on cutting all contact with you.
Oh, Rachel, honey, I'm really not sure what you're trying to say. Cut all contact with me? What's going on, honey? That's a really hurtful thing to say to your grandmother. You're going to make me sad if you play cruel jokes like that.
Well, I'm not sad at all, and it's not a joke, so I don't really care. Truthfully, Grandma, you're kinda in the way of what I want to do, so I really want to cut you out of my life as fast as I can. Since I'm your cute little granddaughter, you'll perfectly understand and respect my wishes, right?
Rachel, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm really taken aback by all of this. Have I done something to offend you deeply, Rachel? What is the reason that you're suddenly talking about cutting all ties with me?
It's because you're just going to be in the way. I already said this. I mean, I'm going to be getting married to the son of a rich family, and I'm going to be the wife to someone with a magnificent career. Which means my life is on the easy track, and I don't have to worry about how my future is going to turn out. I'll be able to live every day like I'm on vacation. However, you're getting older. You're even getting to the age where having trouble remembering things is almost guaranteed, right? Not only that, but I don't really want to play nurse to an old lady who falls and hurts themselves. I mean, if I do that, then that'll just be cutting into my personal free time.
Really? Rachel?
I mean, I finally get to experience what it feels like to be a part of the high life. I can't have an old lady be getting in the way of my happiness. If I continued having you in my life, I'd have to eventually start caring for you. I just simply don't want to do that. Which is exactly why I'm going to try and cut any and all relations with you before that happens. Simply put, I don't need you in my life anymore.
I just don't know how to react to all of this, Rachel. I was the one who raised you in place of your real mother and father. I raised you for 15 years. How could you be so cruel as to say those things to me?
It's not like I'm not thankful at all for the things that you did. You did take me in when my parents died in that accident. But it's not like they specifically asked you to do it. No one really asked you. You just kind of took all that responsibility on your own.
On my own? What did you expect me to do with a granddaughter who just lost their parents?
I don't know, but this could have all been avoided if you weren't so poor. I mean, if you were rich and had some money put away for inheritance, I'd probably not cut all ties with you. But you've got almost nothing. Seriously, you're so poor there's no point in even having you around. No one needs an old lady with no money around.
Wow, the things that you are saying are completely out of line. How could you be so cruel? Is that how I raised you? I took you in and did everything that I could to give you a good life. I used all the money that would be inheritance in providing you a good childhood. I mean, I took you in because you were the daughter of my only child.
So, to put it another way, you were doing just whatever you wanted to. But you're right, you did give me the childhood that I wanted. When I wanted to study abroad, you paid for the flight. When I wanted to go to a private school, you paid for the tuition. Pretty much no matter what I wanted, you would go ahead and buy it for me. You're the best ATM, always having money to spare.
Are you calling me an ATM?
I mean, I really do appreciate that you spend pretty much all the savings that you had on me. Really, thank you. But since then, you've pretty much exhausted all those savings, right? I mean, right now, you're living off Social Security. Since I'm going to be getting married to a rich guy and be part of a rich family, I don't need some broke old lady in my life anymore. So don't show your poor Social Security old face in front of me ever again.
Wow. All right, Rachel. Do whatever you want then.
Goodbye! Just to let you know, I won't be going to your funeral, nor will I do anything to prepare for it. From now on, you and me are no longer family, and I will stop any and all contact from here on out.
Then I'll leave you with this one final message, Rachel. As someone who has no mom or dad, and who is currently about to cut off all contact with the last family member they have left, I truly hope that you realize that if something goes wrong, you'll have nowhere to go back to. You're choosing this path. Don't forget that.
All right, Grandma. But really, whatever happens, I don't want to go back. Seriously, I'm going to be living the high life with a rich man. I don't need to go back to living in such a poor person's lifestyle. Anyway, goodbye, Grandma. See you never. How are you raising your children in that household? The way things are going, I'm not going to sit here and allow my son to be married to someone like this.
I'm sorry.
I was told that she had a strict upbringing through her grandparents, which is why I had expected so much out of her. But when she starts showing her true colors, it turns out that she can't do anything. She can barely do anything. She can barely even make a simple breakfast of bacon and eggs. Is that the type of child rearing that you put her through? Did you not teach her anything while you were raising her?
Well, first off, who might I be talking to? I'm being caught a little off guard here.
Oh, I apologize. My feelings must have gotten the best of me. I am the mother of Rachel's fiancé, Carol.
Ah, so you're her fiancé's mother. It's good to finally be able to talk to you. I am truly grateful that you were willing to have my granddaughter be a part of your family.
Well, it's gotten to the point where I am honestly thinking about cutting her out of the family as soon as possible. I've become fed up with how your granddaughter is acting, that I couldn't stop myself from contacting you directly. I've already heard about how Rachel was raised and her unfortunate circumstances. I hear that you had taken over being her guardian while her parents had unfortunately died in a horrible accident. Right.
Yes, I had brought her up personally after her parents' passing.
I don't mean to be rude, but at first I was a little cautious of the environment that she was raised in. However, I heard that you had instilled many lessons in her, which gave me a large sense of relief. So much so that I thought that I could leave the love and care of my beloved son to her. I was expecting her to be the model wife, one that is mature and well-learned in keeping a house in order. But I come to find out that she can do none of that. What is the meaning of this? She can't cook, she can't clean. Whenever I come over to see how they are doing, the whole house is a mess. I hear from my son that she doesn't even know how to work the washing machine or how to even iron a shirt. I am completely appalled. She claims that she can be the perfect housewife, but she can barely keep herself organized. I can't leave my son to someone like this.
Well, when she was younger, Rachel always had a bit of trouble with keeping her things organized. But I do think that I have some responsibility in the matter, as I had let her get away with it. She would always say that she wanted to live as an independent woman who was in the workforce. She'd use that excuse and say that she only needs to know how to do the bare minimum, As she seemed so determined at the time, I believed her. I taught her how to do some basic things, and then let her focus on her dreams.
You did what?
However, it's not like I didn't try to do a little more. I did try to convince her at one point. However, she just ignored me and called my way of thinking old and out of date, saying that being able to make basic meals is more than enough. She even strongly believed that she would be successful enough that she would just hire someone to do the cleaning for her in the future. So pretty much whatever I tried to teach her just went in one ear and out the other.
Really? The stories that I've been told are completely different. I've been told that she had lived in a strict household and taught thoroughly all the various points of cooking and cleaning.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
Which is exactly why I thought I could leave my beloved, extremely busy son in her care. I thought that she would be able to properly steer my son. She had even proclaimed, deliberately to me, that she would make sure to take care of all the household needs while my son worked.
She said that? Really?
It seems that she had decided to make empty promises in order to marry my son, didn't she? I will talk with my husband more on this matter. However, there is a high possibility that we can no longer allow our son to marry your granddaughter. If that turns out to be the case, please don't have any hard feelings.
Oh, well, I can certainly say that I won't have any hard feelings. I realize that things like this can happen, especially as you are inviting someone into your family. However, I believe that I must inform you a little more on the current situation between me and Rachel. If it turns out that she is unable to marry your son, I am unfortunately unable to take her in. So please, consider that when making your decision.
Unable to take her in? Why?
Well, Rachel has already decided to cut off any and all contact with me.
Are you saying that Rachel decided to go no contact with her own grandmother?
Yes, I am saying that. She claimed that she wanted to use the marriage as an opportunity to do so. She seems to believe that an old woman like myself will end up being nothing but a nuisance towards her new life.
Are you serious? She would do that to the person that had raised her for so long. What did you say to her after she told you these disgustingly cruel things?
Well, as I am getting older, I can't completely blame her for what she was saying. As such, I just chalked it up to being something that couldn't be helped and had allowed her to do what she wanted.
No! How could you possibly respond with something like that? If your daughter or granddaughter says something like that, that is all the more reason to properly discipline them. Not understanding. You have to be angry with them. But more than anything, using someone's age as an excuse to do something so cowardly and despicable is unforgivable.
I'm sorry?
I'm not the type of person that can just take anything lying down. If something is wrong, then I have to correct it. I'm sorry for it being all of a sudden, but do you have time tomorrow? I would like to hear from you directly about what kind of a princess Rachel is. I would like it if you didn't spare any details.
I'm retired and living on Social Security right now, so honestly, I am always free. If you would like to come and talk with me, then I'll give you my address.
Thank you. I will come over tomorrow at 2 p.m. Hey, Grandma! I feel pretty bad for you. Me cutting you out of my life must have been quite the shock. I'll go ahead and take back what I said. But in exchange for not cutting you out of my life anymore, I'd really like it if you would come by and cook and clean at the new house for me.
What's this all of a sudden, Rachel? Whatever happened to you not wanting to have me be any part of your life anymore?
Well, that was the case in the beginning. However, quite a few things have changed. In order to stay married to Ken, I need your help.
You need my help? What do you mean by that?
Truth is, though we are engaged and everything is going all right with that, There are some hurdles that I need to get over before officially marrying him. His mom, the person who will eventually be my mother-in-law, is way more of a pain than I could have imagined. She talks about how I need to properly cook and gets angry if there is even a speck of dust in the house. Which is why I want you to do all the cooking and cleaning for me. I mean, you're really good at cooking and cleaning. You've been doing it for me since I was a kid. So I thought that I would go ahead and let you back into my life, if you help me cook and clean.
Rachel, dear, I think that you should go ahead and practice how to do those things yourself. I mean, you chose this path, didn't you? You always said that you wanted to work, not be a housewife. If you choose to do something so different from what you originally wanted, it's only right to develop skills for your chosen way of life. You want to be a good housewife, so start working towards becoming a good housewife.
What? Are you serious, Grandma? Who wants to do something so boring as be a good housewife? The only thing that I want to do is to live life as the wife of a rich businessman. Every day, not caring about money. Living the high life. That's the life that I want.
Rachel, please.
Of course I'll pay you for helping around the house. I mean, if everything goes as planned and I'm brought into his family, I'm sure that I can get like $3,000 or so a month to spend however I want. I'll just use some of that money to pay you and your living expenses. See? It's a win-win. How could you refuse? Along with being part of my life again, I'll even pay you like $100 a month. Sounds amazing, right?
$100 a month? For cleaning the whole house, like a maid?
I mean, living all by yourself on Social Security, just having someone to talk to is more than payment enough, right? Not only that, but you get to meet with your beloved granddaughter. I mean, I'm really being generous here. Honestly, you paying me wouldn't be too far-fetched now, would it? You must be crying with tears of joy, being able to have me back in your life. Aren't I the best, giving you an opportunity like this? I mean, why don't you start tomorrow? I want to show you what it's like to live the high life as soon as I can. How dare you talk to your own grandmother like that? What an insolent little child you are! I can hardly believe it.
What?
You've got quite the nerve to talk to someone who pretty much saved your life like that. It's despicable that you talk to anyone like that, let alone your own grandmother. I'd never let my son marry such a vile person as you. I'll never allow it to happen. Wait! What? What are you talking about? Wait, you're saying son. You aren't possibly talking about Ken. Are you Ken's mom? Oh, good. You're all caught up. It's that pain of a mother-in-law, Carol, messaging you at the moment. How have you been, sweetheart? Been properly doing the cleaning like I asked? No, wait. Why? Why do you have my grandma's phone? Why are you using her messenger? Well, I had taken the liberty of coming to visit Lauren at her home. Your actions made me a little perturbed and I wished to speak with your grandmother directly. That's when she revealed everything about how you were raised. I know everything about you. How you acted as a child, the things that you dreamed for, and how you treated the person who saved you. All the lies that you told me to my face have finally come to light. Wait, all the lies that I told you? What are you talking about? How could you even dare try and lie about how strict your upbringing was? I heard about everything from Lauren. How you were a spoiled little child who would get whatever she wanted and would never try to help. You just had your poor old grandmother do everything for you. Always making excuses that you were going to be joining the workforce. Well, that's how I was when I was a kid, but that doesn't mean that's how I am now. Really? Please don't try and continue the lies now. I already know everything. But that's not the worst part. After all that your grandmother did for you, that's how you treat her in the end. After all the work that she put into raising you, you don't even try to care for her. You don't need her anymore. You're just using her as an ATM. What kind of person are you to treat family like that? You can't be serious. You're saying you even know about that? Calling me a pain. But more than that, not showing respect for the woman that raised you. Those are things that I can't possibly forgive. Lauren gave up everything for you. She was already growing in age, and yet she decided to take you in. She sacrificed her own health and early retirement in order to give you a good childhood. She never had to do that. She could have easily refused, and no one would have blamed her. Yet she decided to do it, to give you the love and life that she thought you deserved. Everything that you are is all thanks to her. Yet how you treat her with your actions and your words are unforgivable. Wait, please, this is all just a mistake. Me and my grandma are just this close, which is why we can say things like this to each other. It's not like I really mean it. I'm not letting my son marry you. There is just absolutely no way. I'm going to get him to cancel the wedding and the engagement. How could I possibly think about allowing someone like you to marry my son? It's unthinkable. No, please, you can't be serious. Please don't do this to me. I want to marry Ken. Please don't call off the wedding. You don't want to marry my son. You want to marry my son's money. You've made that crystal clear. I love Ken. I really do. So please, don't say things like canceling the wedding. I don't care about the money. I just love Ken. Would you really cancel someone's wedding over not being able to cook and clean properly? Isn't that just too much? No, I don't think that's too much at all. I already told you in the beginning when we first met. I want a daughter-in-law that is able to properly take care of my son. You can't just be someone who lauds around like a spoiled child. You have to support him and uphold the image that is becoming of a CEO. That is the deal that I originally made with you, and that is what you agreed to. You said that you could do those things and so much more. But not being able to even cook and clean, how are you going to support him? I mean, I can support him by giving him love and to take away his stress whenever he comes home. Your line of thinking is so far off course that I don't think I can even have a proper conversation with you. What? Why are you talking to me like this? I'm not going to be keeping quiet about how you were thinking about canceling the wedding. I mean, how can you be so belligerent as to call off a wedding that isn't yours? You should know that your son is completely head over heels for me. In fact, originally the one who wanted to get married was him. So why would you be the final say in whether or not we get married? That just makes no sense. And you're the one being completely out of line. If that's how you want it, then I'll just have my son tell you about canceling the wedding himself. He's sitting beside me right now, so this will only take a few seconds. What? Wait, beside you? Ken is there with you? Yes, I had my son come with me to visit Lauren. No, you can't be serious. You must be lying. I never heard about any of this from Ken. Why would he do this without telling me? Both my son and I were concerned about how you've been acting. All the peculiarities, lies, everything. We wanted to know the truth. Lauren was kind enough to treat us to some homemade cookies while she discussed your childhood. She didn't. I was amazed. We had come over almost immediately, yet the house was pristine. She had handmade cookies already ready by the time we got there. Not only that, but they were absolutely delicious. She's been making those cookies for years. With someone who raised a child in such a proper household, yet had such an unfortunate outcome, I can see that your personality was not a result of poor parenting, but just a simple case of bad seed. What? There are plants that no matter the soil, no matter the care put into watering and raising them, will simply not grow. You are one of those seeds. No matter who raised you, you are never going to amount to more than a selfish brat. What? How dare you speak to me like that? With that, I'll be having the wedding cancelled and the engagement annulled. I will not allow someone like you into my family. Of course, my son does have the freedom of choice. I'll contact you again at a later time when he has made his decision. Grandma! This is the worst! I mean, he actually went and canceled the wedding. He even went as far as telling me that he doesn't want to marry me anymore.
Wow, those two really do work fast. I didn't realize that it would have proceeded that quickly.
But I can't accept that. I did everything that I could to get them to reconsider. But after that, he went and gave me an ultimatum. He said that if I wanted to get married no matter what, then I would have to live with him.
You would have to live with him?
Yeah! I mean, I would have to be with him 24/7. But not only that, I would have to be like the perfect wife. He said that I wouldn't get any money of my own and that I would have to do all of the housework. I'd have to get up before he does so that I can make him breakfast and then do all the other things that boring housewives have to do. How could I do all of that? I mean, seriously, it's too much. Who can do that?
Sounds like a unique living arrangement.
I mean, I was told that I have to live entirely for the family. Who could do that? Why do I have to do that? It's the 21st century, yet they want me to live like it's the 40s.
Right. But in my time, that was pretty much the norm. So I can't really say that it's too out of place.
Wait, what? You're not going to take my side on this? I'm your granddaughter. How could you not see my side of the story here?
Well, if you don't like it, then why don't you simply call off the wedding? I mean, those are the conditions that were given to you. It's not like you have to accept them no matter what. Honestly, making this much of a fuss is the strange part.
Why aren't you being nicer? Aren't you my grandma? Why aren't you getting angry at them for not making me happy?
Because we've already cut off all relations to each other. Isn't that obvious? As I am simply a bystander, the only thing that I can rightfully do is cheer you on. Honestly, this should be a good opportunity for you to become a wonderful housewife, and I think you should actually be thankful.
Why would I be thankful for something like this? This is just unbelievable. I mean, I would be the wife of a CEO. Why shouldn't I be living the high life? I should have maids and cooks doing all of this for me. Grandma, please, let me come and live with you again, like old times. Please, I'll cancel the wedding and come and live with you again. That sounds good, right?
Well, I'm not going to let someone who cut off all relations with me live with me. That just sounds dumb. I also don't have time to be strung along, not even by my granddaughter.
Wait, please, no!
Good luck, Rachel. I do wish you all the best. Also, do your best not to make your mother and father in heaven look upon you in shame. After that, Rachel had decided to bite the bullet and went to live with Ken. Ken would use that time as a trial period to test whether Rachel and him could get married. So, without actually marrying, they would continue to live together. That is what was originally planned. However, after only 5 days, Rachel broke down and couldn't take it any longer, then suddenly disappeared. Even now, I have no idea to her current whereabouts, as she has continued to refuse to contact anyone that she used to know. As for me, I continue to talk with Carol and her son, Ken. They seem to enjoy my company and came for visits every so often. Carol has taken a particular liking to my cooking, and I have been invited over to their wonderful estate several times as a friend. As she reminds me of my daughter, I have found myself treating her like a part of my family.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time!